a student of Ganesha University Education, majoring in English Language Education. So now, I would like to explain you about the noun phrase, and hope you pay attention in my explanations. So here we go. Okay, for the first one, I will explain you about the first element that I will explain now, and the first one is the definitions of noun phrase. The second one is the part of noun phrase. The third one is the types of noun phrase, and the last one is the example of noun phrase with X-bar theory. So now I will show you about the PowerPoint in my screen. Okay, from the first element, what is noun phrase? Noun phrase is a small group of words which contain a noun and other words, or a phrase that headed by a noun. Okay, for example of noun phrase is a house, a pen, a handsome boy, a smart girl, a beautiful flowers, and etc. Okay, for the second element is part of noun phrase. There is three elements of parts of noun phrase. The first one is noun, the second one is modifier, the third one is determiner. So in modifier there is three parts. The first one is modifier and article, the second one is modifier and adjective, and the last one modifier as prepositional phrase. Okay, from the first parts of noun phrase is noun. Noun is a word used to name of person, thing, places, respectively, or idea. The other functions of noun can be as a subject or object of prepositions in sentence. For example, Sally as people's name, table as things, and garden as place. Next, for the second is modifier. The first is modifier and article. Modifier and article must be parts of noun phrase since it is usually connected to a noun. The article in English are a, and the. For example, the flowers, a cat, and an umbrella. In the sentence is the house is very dirty. In this noun phrase there is article the, which is join the noun house. So the subject in the sentence is house. Okay, for the next parts is modifier and adjective. Modifier and adjective refers to words that describe a noun or pronoun. For examples, the smart girls get first place in the maths Olympiad. In this case, the adjective is smart, and it describes the girl from a noun phrase, and they both are also the subject in the sentence. Okay, for the fourth part is modifiers as prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase refers to words that begin with a preposition but has an object at the end. For example, the rose in that garden is very beautiful. The prepositional phrase in the sentence is in that garden. It gives detail about the locations of the rose and also modifies rose. Okay, for the last part is determiner. A determiner clarifies or describes a noun, such as a proximity, relationships, and definiteness. They come before nouns. For example, determiner in English: those, these, this, and that. For the example of in the sentence is those girls are play badminton. For the Examples of determiner is those girls are play badminton. The determiner is this, describe the noun, and from the noun phrase is those girls. Okay, for the third elements of noun phrase is types of noun phrase. For the first is as a subject. Noun phrase as a subject. A subject is a component of a clause or sentence that describe what the sentence or clause is almost. A subject is the persons, things, place that the sentence is about. For examples, a little butterfly perched on that sunflower. The subject in this sentence is a little butterfly, since the sentence wishes to describe the butterfly. For the second is noun phrase as direct object. A direct object refers to a noun phrase, noun or pronoun that is a receiver of action of a verb within a sentence. For examples, my sister bought a red dress for the birthday party. The direct object is red dress, and it directly receives the action of the verb bought. For the third types is noun phrase as an indirect object. Indirect object is for identify the person to or for whom a verb action is done. For example, my grandmother baked me chocolate cookies. Indirect object, me is indirect object, and it receives the chocolate cookies. The chocolate cookies is the direct object since it gets the verb actions bake. For the last types as noun phrase as object complement. Object complement is a word or phrases of noun that complete the meaning of the direct object. For examples, I saw my little brother falling from the bed. The object complement in the sentence is little brother falling. Okay, for the last elements of noun phrase, I will give you examples of noun phrase with X-bar theory. In here, I provide 4 examples for you. For the first is hat. Okay, in here, I give you example of hat is my grandfather. You can see the 3 diagrams. There is an double bar branches into an bar and branches into an or noun. So my grandfather is a noun. For the second example is determiner. The example of determiner is a funny baby. So in that 3 diagram, there is an double bar branches into 2 parts. There is D as a determiner and double bar branches into 2 parts. The first adjective phrase and bar. So the determiners is A. For the adjective phrase is funny, and the and bar branches into and is a baby. So the determiner in the sentence is A, and the adjective phrase is funny, and the noun in the sentence is baby. For the third example is attribute. The example of attribute is the corner shop. So in that 3 diagrams, there is an double bar branches into the and bar. The determiner in this 3 diagram is the, and noun and bar branches into noun phrase and bar. So the noun phrase is corner, and the and bar branches into and is shop. So the determiner of this sentence is the noun phrase is corner as a noun phrase and shop as a noun. The last example is complement. The example of complement is the charity appeal. From the tree diagram, there is an double bar. Branches into two parts is determiner and bar. Determiner is the and bar branches into noun phrase and noun. So the noun phrase is charity and noun is appeal. So in this sentence, the as a determiner, charity as a noun phrase, and appeal as a noun. Okay, that's all about my explanations about noun phrase and the example noun phrase with expert theory. I hope you get something beneficial from this video, and I do apologize if I do some mistake, and thank you for watching.